Start you on time in 30 seconds.
¿Está bien mi número?
10 seconds. On my whistle.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. I am your boy DJ Battle. I'd like to thank you for clicking into my video. What we're going to do on this one is have a little fun, amateur style, voiceover over top of some cool groovy music. I'm going to be giving you my take on my race video from the perspective of a beginner, newer bicycle racer. I am a Category 5 racer in this particular video for this particular race. So for you more experienced racers, hopefully I don't irritate you too much with my mistakes that I will be making in my video. And for you newer bike racers and cyclists, hopefully my video can help shave your learning curve for the better. So let's get into it. Here we are on what I describe as the backside of the race, heading towards turn 3. And as you can see, I put some metrics up for you guys and girls that like to look at the metrics. And also, I think what I am going to do on this video is, instead of watching a whole 26 plus minute video of a CAT5 race, after a few laps of this, we're going to probably chop it down to the end of the race. As you see, I'm second wheel from the front, just trying to get a feel of the race. Felt pretty fast to me. Of course, it's the first lap, and I had no clue that they would be ringing a preem right into the first lap. So once I heard the preem bell go off, I just said, let me sit second wheel with this guy here. At this particular point in my racing journey, I have no interest at all in a preem for a CAT5 race. Not interested. I think I have enough cycling socks, water bottles, refrigerator magnets, or whatever it may be that they could give in a CAT5 race for a preem. So as you see here, I'm checking back behind me to see where the peloton is. You kind of always want to be aware of your surroundings, and as I'm coming back up on my buddy in the front, I notice he gives me the left arm elbow flick right there. And once he gives me the flick, I just pull up beside him and I basically tell him I'm not here to help pull on the front at this particular moment because I'm racing solo. I have no teammates in this race. So I'm trying to be smart about this, and we're only on the second lap, so nah. And for the newer cyclists or bike racers, what the elbow flick pretty much mean is they want you to pull through, come in front of them, and help them on the front, take some of the wind resistance, keep the speed up, etc., etc. But that's not in my tactical plan as a solo racer. So as we're going into turn 4 right here, the guys that just bit the corner first, they are in contention for the preem, which, as I said earlier, I am not interested in. So, speaking of tactical plan, what I had to keep reminding myself was I'm racing solo, and one thing I definitely don't want to do is crash, and the second thing I definitely don't want to do is fall back no more than 10 bikes, meaning I don't want no more than 9 bike racers in front of me at any time of this race. And I believe we started with over 40, almost close to 50 racers. So I was comfortable in my mind with not going beneath 10 bikes back. And with that being said, what I started to notice on this particular lap as the race is kind of getting a rhythm to some sort was the pace that we were going up this back stretch, which is the back hill, was actually pretty comfortable for me, even though it was fast, not to take anything away from anyone in the race, but that was a manageable pace for me at my fitness level at the time. So in my mind, I was like, I don't really want to disrupt this right now because I can probably save more energy for the end of the race, if that makes any sense to the newer people. And also what I started to see and get comfortable with was the cornering, turning, however you want to call it, and more importantly, the lines that you should or probably are preferred to take when you're going through corners. It's all about lines and angles, is what I'm learning at this point of my race experience. And of course, I have much more practice to do with the corners. And I'm just trying to sit in and play it smart and keep a count of who's in front of me and what I'm feeling with the pace. And as I said, try to practice my lines a little bit right here and basically do every turn. I was real comfortable with the young fella to my left. I think he actually got second place if I'm not mistaken, but he gave me the feeling of comfort as he was riding. He wasn't doing anything what I would describe as reckless or unsafe. Again, back on the back side of the race, and I'm feeling the groove of what they're doing with the front of the race. And this little bump up right here in the road, they kind of started soft pedaling it. And me personally, I don't want y'all soft pedaling too much unless I'm in control of the soft pedaling. So I basically just took my way to the front without zapping out too much of my energy. And I wanted to keep the pace on them on this back hill stretch without tapping myself out either. So once I checked down, put my head down, and I kind of sold it, I wanted them to react and come back around me. And also a part of me was saying, all right, buddy, you're racing by yourself. Why are you on the front of the race? I asked myself that a couple of times, and then I confirmed to myself, hey, buddy, get off the front. So now, like I said, I don't want no ghost pedaling going on unless I'm in control of it. So I actually start to ghost pedal and I let some bikes go around me. But more importantly, as I'm allowing the bikes to go around me, I'm counting how many bikes I let go. And then I look back behind me, as you just saw, and I check to see what's going on behind me. So again, situational awareness at all times. I count how many I got in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts me at 7th bike. I'm comfortable with that. That's within my range of not falling 10 bikes back. Okay, so around here I just chopped some of the video out, and I'll do that for a few times. Just sifting on back to the front. Everybody's not pedaling, as you see, for the most part, and I'm just drinking water and cruise right on back to the front. That's part of positioning that I'm learning in my journey. Back through the turn, know how I work. Let me let these guys come back to the front. I just keep it steady. I feel like they are not trying to come around yet, so I force them to come around. I just slow down. So just trying to keep myself in good positioning in my mind and understanding what I'm feeling through my legs, through my heart, through my lungs, and trying to keep my mind into it and understanding what's going on around me, feeling the flow of the race, letting the race come to you, some may say. Okay, so here we are, coming up on 3 to go. If you look to the right, you'll see the judge with the sign, placard, 3 to go. So I'm mentally still checked in it, reassessing myself through my mind, my legs, my lungs, and my heart. This guy here in front of me, he's bouncing in his saddle, which to me is not a good sign. So I know I want to get away from him if I can't pretty much use him for my benefit. But bouncing in the saddle is an indication of probably the wrong gear or some form of uncomfortableness. So as you can see, the guy that went through the corner first in the all gray kit, he was on the front, but I really wouldn't consider him off the front or a threat to me at the moment, because I know the whole peloton is pretty much picking up speed, and as you see right here, he got brought back. So now I'm just trying to stay mentally checked in, be aware, and again, do not fall too many bikes back. I feel I can manage what's going on at the front of this. However, with my minimal race experience, I'm not sure should I even be this close, but I made the decision to stay this close to the front of the race. In this section of the course, heading back towards the start-finish line, is actually what I would describe as a slight downhill. And that was the judge with 2 to go, so I'm feeling comfortable with my positioning. This part of the race to me was a bit confusing as I was going through my thought processes, because I was feeling real good and I was on the verge of getting happy legs. And happy legs is what I describe as, I feel we're moving fast, but I think we can go faster. And I just wanted to just punch it and just run off or try to run off, but I know we have 1 lap coming up to go. Now what we have here is a position that I really don't want to be in. So I check back and I look to my left to see that the peloton is they have actually eased up, but I have no rear camera to show that. And this guy is putting in a little bit of kick, and I'm like, we are coming up on 1 lap to go, and this is the position that I do not want to be in. Second bike with 1 lap to go. That was the placard right there. So in my mind, I'm like, do I go with this guy? But he don't give me the impression that he's strong enough to run. And his cadence, as you see, is not where I wanted it to be to give me the position that he would go with it. So I fell back and let some of these guys come back to me. And then I inserted myself into the mix of where they're at. And I know it's 1 lap to go. I know we don't have no more room for playing. So for me, positioning is a big key. That's my only focus right now, positioning. I want to go into the final 2 turns within the top 5 bikes, and I'm trying to juggle that right now as we're actually in the middle of racing. and I'm on a wheel that's dying. My guy in front of me with the orange socks, so he's dying literally in front of me, so I have to eat some wind and go left of him and try to merge myself back into these guys. And it's on right now. It is on. CAT5 level is on. And I didn't realize that these guys were actually teammates. They had different kits. Both of them kick at the same time. One sat down, the guy kicks to the left. I'm watching him. I know I can go get him, but I want to go into this turn in a certain position that ended up not playing in my favor. So the fight is on now. I'm like, okay, let me kick. I think I got enough kick. Mistimed it a little bit. They are going into the final turn right here, turn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 6 bikes back. I go to kick again. I'm eating the wind. It's downhill. They got a downhill advantage. It's on. Running out of room. Can't kick. Can't get it. Nobody's passing me, which is a good thing, but boom. 5th place finish. Mentally, I'm feeling good. Physically, I'm feeling good. But tactically, I think I did it wrong. I knew I had more to give. So that's it. Race is over. Cool down lap has been initiated. So I hope this video helps out the newer racers and the newer cyclists who may be on the fence of if you want to race or if you don't want to race. I say enjoy your bike ride and enjoy your journey. Let your experience dictate to you which way you want to go with it. For me, I had no intentions of racing. I kind of fell into racing. So for you experienced racers out there, I appreciate you actually checking out my video. Let me know what I did, good, bad, or indifferent. Any encouragement, any tips, pros or cons. I appreciate it all. Constructive criticism is welcome for me. Thank you all again for checking out the video. See you soon. Subscribe.
Hey baby, survived Roger Millikan CAT5 Race. There it is. On to the next one.